Hey guys! So we finally made it through retrograde. Congratulations! I know I'm congratulating myself on making it through. Um, Mercury retrograde is something that I talk to a lot of people about, but this really has been the hardest retrograde I've ever been through. Usually, when Mercury goes retrograde, my natural inclination is to just pull in because I was born when Mercury was in retrograde, so that's kind of a normal energy for me. And this time, I decided that I was going to be fine and I was just going to push out and it was going to be fine. And surprise, it was not fine. And everything kind of fell apart. But it was an important lesson for me. And I think it's important for me to talk to you about it too, because when Mercury goes retrograde, it's not a curse, it's not a bad thing. It's the energies of Mercury turning in on itself. So instead of looking at outward communication and reaching out and doing things with other people, starting new projects and doing things like that, it's asking you to turn in and just look at yourself, self-care, self-work, shadow work, all of that stuff. That's all a retrograde is. So when we try to go against the grain of that is when we start really having problems. So I did that this time, and especially with a retrograde like this in Pisces, I've seen more people having like emotional breakdowns and just a lot of emotional trauma and turmoil coming to the surface during this retrograde than I have seen previously with retrogrades. And so that's something to consider too, that what sign you're in when you go retrograde, which I knew was a thing. But yeah, so this has just, it's been an experience and it's taught me a lot, and hopefully you all are making it out on the other side. I know there are, at least to me, it seems like there are, a few days after the retrograde actually ends that is sort of like an adjustment period and we're like getting settled back into our energies. I've seen where people have said it takes like 2 weeks. I haven't had that experience myself, but if that's the case for you, honor that, and take the time to turn in and do what you need to do. So the retrograde's over. Yay, things are settling back down. I believe we have the nodes in retrograde right now also, which is not as big of an issue, but I'll make some more videos and talk about that later. Like, I'm just sitting in my bed right now because I'm hiding from the world. I had a class tonight and I'm just done with the day, but I wanted to touch base and say that I didn't forget about you guys, and that I hope you're doing well, and I love you. I hope you have a magical night, and I'll talk to you soon.